Hello friends, today we'll be discussing what are the negative and harmful impact of intermittent fasting on our health. All of us know that intermittent fasting is one of the best techniques when it comes to weight loss and when it comes to reduction of metabolic problems, but it can have significant negative implications and negative effects also. Today we'll be discussing what are the negative impacts and implications of doing intermittent fasting so that a balanced decision can be made by most of the people, because whenever we discuss only the positives, your attitude and your approach might become biased. You will not realize whatever the negative impacts are there. So in this topic we'll try to give you the negative points so that you can make a balanced decision for yourself. Before we go into the topic, I would request the people who are new to my channel to subscribe to my channel, to like the videos, share the videos and to comment on the videos. So without wasting any time, let's dive into the video. First of all, intermittent fasting, if it is not done appropriately and a proper care of what nutrients you are taking on a daily basis, if that is not made, then there are high chances that there might be certain deficiencies of vitamins, minerals and other nutrients if a balanced decision is not made appropriately. So these people, they should take a balanced decision. They should take care of the fact that nutritional supplementation is given to them. A lot of vitamins, minerals and other supplements are given to the people so that nutritional deficiencies are not created. Next important negative point is that some people might develop psychological problems because of intermittent fasting. They might develop unhealthy relationships with food. For example, they might start binge eating. They might start having certain food triggers like anorexia nervosa or bulimia nervosa or restrictive eating. So these are the type of psychological problems which might be seen in a few cases. Although most of the cases the psychological relation will improve, but certain individuals might have a psychological problem, so that also should be taken into account. Some people might have a negative impact on the overall metabolism, because for most of the conditions, whenever you are doing dieting, the metabolism of the body falls, which reduces the chances of you getting success with your fasting and your dieting regimen. Usually it is said that in intermittent fasting, there are some factors which do not allow the overall metabolism of the body to fall. That is why the amount of success which you get with intermittent fasting is much better as compared to the other dieting strategies. But still some people might have a slower metabolism because the metabolism of the body depends on a lot of factors, and some people might have a different sort of a pattern as compared to the others. That is why some people might be having a negative impact on the overall metabolism. This might deter your fasting success. Next important problem is that some people might be having an increased hunger or craving when you have an increased amount of dieting. The more is the duration of dieting, the larger the chances that the people will have food related cravings and hunger. Usually most of the people do manage their craving in a good way. Most of the people, there is not significant problem, but still when the fasting has to be done for a prolonged period of time, there will be a significant number of people who will develop increased hunger, cravings, irritability and mood swings, which might lead to their improper fasting schedules, and they might be stopping their fasting over a period of time. So increased hunger and craving is also an important problem which might arise because of intermittent fasting. Some people might develop increased muscle loss, which might be related to lack of taking of proteins and lack of exercises, which the people might be doing. Once they start to feel weaker or psychologically they might be feeling weak and they don't want to exercise, this leads to significant muscle loss also in a few patients. People have to take a larger amount of protein supplement and they have to do their exercises regularly. Then only they will be maintaining a good muscle mass. But if at all you do not take care of this aspect, people might have significant muscle loss also after intermittent fasting. Some people might experience low energy levels and fatigue. Although majority of the patients doing intermittent fasting do not feel increased fatigue and lethargy, but there might be a certain number of people who might also feel fatigue and lethargic. These people, we do encourage them to exercise. We do decrease the timing of their fasting. We do increase the amount of foodstuffs which they are taking in the form of good quality proteins and carbohydrates. But still some people might experience low energy levels and fatigue. So this might also be a negative impact of intermittent fasting on your overall condition. Some people might have a negative effect on the hormones of the body, especially the hormones related to hunger, satiety, stress. This can lead to significant hormone imbalance, which might affect the reproductive hormones also, and it might affect your cortisol levels also. Although most of the studies have shown that hormonal levels are only positively influenced by intermittent fasting, but hormones are regulated by multiple factors and some people might not do so well when it comes to fasting related hormone control. That is why some people might be having negative impact on the hormones. This might be also one of the problems associated with fasting. Some people might be having digestive issues also with fasting, because some people might develop digestive discomfort, constipation and irregular bowel movements because of change in bowel movement time and change in feeding times. For example, some people have a tendency to pass the bowel in the morning after breakfast. Once you are stopping that breakfast and you are delaying that breakfast to afternoon times, or you are avoiding the breakfast completely, the bowel movement in the morning might be significantly affected and the person might have constipation, or he might develop abdominal pain also. So this might also negatively influence the tendency of the person to continue the fasting. This might also be a deterrent to fasting. So digestive issues also might be a problem. Some people, especially the pregnant females, the breastfeeding females, children and adolescents, are not ideally suitable for intermittent fasting. They might be having significant hormone related issues, significant mental health related issues, and other issues regarding their growth and development might occur because of fasting. So in these cases, appropriate monitoring and surveillance of the fasting is important, and significant side effects and problems, if at all they arise, they have to be monitored and managed appropriately. So these people might be not so good candidates for continuing fasting. So these people have to be monitored in a much better way, and if at all any challenges do occur, fasting might need to be stopped in these population also, especially when psychological problems start to arise. Then there might be certain physical risk in terms of growth and development in children and adolescents and pregnant females, in terms of the nutritional requirements of these people. If at all we continue fasting, if in a population where the nutritional requirement of the body is high, like in a breastfeeding women, like in child, adolescent, or in people who are pregnant, these people will require much more amount of nutrients. If at all we do aggressive fasting in these cases, there might be nutritional deficiencies which might lead to problems. So in these cases, proper monitoring and selection of the cases is important, and we might do a less rigid schedule of fasting also in these patients. More nutritional supplements might be required in these patients to counter for the decreased amount of food intake, which might deter the overall growth and development of these people. So in this topic, we have discussed what are the negative points which affect intermittent fasting, where are the chances that intermittent fasting might go wrong and it might negatively impact your overall health. In this topic, we have covered 10 points. In the next topic of this part, we'll cover another 10 points where we will be discussing the psychological impact of intermittent fasting on your overall health. Please check out on that videos also. We have discussed the positive points, negative points, and a lot of other aspects of intermittent fasting in separate videos on our channel. Please check out on those videos as well. Before we end the topic, I would request the people who are new to my channel to like the videos, to share the videos, to comment on the videos, and to subscribe to my channel.